Pre-existing single-family homes, the state of California and its regions in this report for November 2025. Now, I've been tracking trends and data in the real estate market, residential real estate market throughout my career, and from now on, I'm going to share them with you. California's median price for existing single-family homes, $852,680 in November 2025. Essentially unchanged from November 2024, 0% difference. From October to November 2025, prices dipped 3.9%. That's typical. That's what happens from October to November. By November 2025, sales were slightly up from the same period in 2024, just 0.9%. Inventory, housing stock. The unsold inventory index, 3.6 months in November 2025, up from 3.3 months in November 2024. That is a 9.1% increase. Now, a balanced market is considered 6 months of housing stock. In November 2025, we were at 3.6 months of housing stock. Still a seller's market, but inventory is improving for home buyers. Days on market. Existing single-family homes spent a median of 32 days on the market in November 2025, up from 26 days in November 2024. That's a 23.1% increase. Homes are taking longer to sell in November 2025, not a collapse, normalization. Sale price to list price. The sale price to list price ratio, 98.3% in November 2025, down from 99.4% in November 2024. Home sellers are getting slightly less than asking, another sign of rebalancing. Those are the statewide numbers, but now California is not one market. Let's take a look at some of the regions. The San Francisco, the Bay Area median price for existing single-family home sales, $1,275,000 in November 2025, down 3.2% from November 2024. This is significant. The Bay Area saw price declines while the state held steady. Sales volume fell 3.5% in November 2024. Year-to-date, the Bay Area is down just 0.2%, essentially flat for the year, tracking right with 2024. Inventory, 2.2 months of housing stock. The median days on market, 25. Sale price to list price ratio, 100%. Home buyers are still paying full asking price. The Bay Area remains competitive, but it's cooling from the extremes of 2021 and 2022. Southern California's median price for existing single-family homes, $860,000 in November 2025, up 1.2% from November 2024. Prices climbing slowly. Sales volume declined 3.1% from November 2024. Year-to-date, Southern California is flat at 0%. Total sales through November 2025 match 2024 exactly. Housing stock, inventory, 3.8 months of housing stock. Days on market, 35 medium days on market. The sale price to list price ratio, 98.3%. More homes available for home buyers. Still a home seller's market, but loosening. Negotiations were back in November 2025. Central Valley median price for existing single-family homes, $490,000 in November 2025, down 1% from November 2024, a slight dip. Sales volume fell 3.1% from November 2024. Year-to-date, the Central Valley is up 0.2%, just barely ahead of last year's pace through November. Inventory, 3.7 months of housing stock. The median days on market, 31. Sale price to list price ratio, 98.3%. Home buyers have more choices and slightly more negotiating room. Inventory, 3.7 months of housing stock. The median days on market, 31. Sale price to list price ratio, 98.3%. Home buyers had more choices and slightly more negotiating room in November 2025. The Central Valley offers relative affordability, a key market for first-time home buyers, and home buyers priced out of coastal markets. Speaking of a coastal market, Central Coast median price for existing single-family home, $1,032,500 in November 2025, up 0.2% from November 2024, basically flat. Sales volume declined 2.4% from November 2024. Year-to-date, the Central Coast is up 2.3%. Outpacing 2024, more homes have sold in 2025 than at this point last year. Inventory, 3.7 months of housing stock. The median days on market, 30. Sale price to list price ratio, 97.1%. That 97.1% is the biggest gap between asking and selling price of any region. Homebuyers had the most negotiating power here in November 2025. The Central Coast combines coastal lifestyle with proximity to job centers, a premium market showing signs of balance. Far North median price for existing single-family home, $385,000 in November 2025, up 2.7% from November 2024. One of the strongest price gains in the state. Sales volume increased 2% from November 2024. Year-to-date, the Far North is up 3.4%, ahead of last year's pace through November. Inventory, 5.2 months of housing stock. The median days on market, 45. Sale price to list price ratio, 96.2%. This is the highest inventory of any region, approaching balanced. Homes take longer to sell here than anywhere else in California. Homebuyers have significant leverage. The Far North offers more affordable housing in California, a homebuyer-friendly environment. Pulling this together, statewide, California's median price held steady at $852,680. Sales volume was up 2.6% from November 2024. Inventory rose to 3.6 months. The median days on market increased to 32. Regionally, we see divergence. Bay Area prices declined 3.2%. Southern California rose 1.2%. Central Valley dipped 1%. Central Coast essentially flat. And the Far North increased 2.7%. What does this mean? In November 2025, California's housing market was normalizing, not crashing, normalizing. More inventory than November 2024. Homes taking longer to sell. Home buyers negotiating below asking. This is healthy. The extreme home sellers market of 2021 and 2022 was unsustainable. We are returning to balance. For home buyers, more choices, more time to decide. For home sellers, price competitively. Prepare for negotiations. These are the numbers for 2025 existing single-family homes in the state of California and its regions. And you see there in the end cards, those are playlists of my other YouTube channel dedicated to keeping home buyers and home sellers safe in a real estate transaction. Be sure to check back. I'll have a lot more information. In the meantime, stay safe and protect your interests.